Right. Hey guys, to say Anthem is a game with a lot of issues would be an understatement. The game has been plagued with so many issues since day one that so many players have abandoned it and continue to stay away from it. And despite all of that, there are a few of us that stick around hoping for the best, not because we're clueless or ignore the countless problems with the game, but I would like to assume that we are still waiting for some good news, even though BioWare continues to shoot themselves in the foot. All that said, since I already paid for the game, I still want to get my money's worth out of this game. So BioWare, please unscrew yourself and fix the game. Please. My name is Wes, and today we are going to talk about one of the good things in this game for the Storm Javelin. So let's get into it. The Storm Javelin is by far the best Javelin when it comes to dealing elemental damage or damage, period. There are plenty of builds you can create with the Storm Javelin, but let's take a look at one of my current favorite builds, and I recommend you give it a try as well. Just like my previous build that I showed in the previous video for the Storm, I am going to focus on the two main aspects of this build and quickly go over some of the components, as they are not really new or not really necessary for this setup. You can use whatever components you find that fit your needs, but the primer and detonator are going to be a must, and they're going to be what makes this build more potent and deadly. Let's look at them very quickly. So for the primer, which it's a change from my previous build, it's the Seal of the Open Mind, and this, bear in mind that this is an upgraded version of the shock burst that you can use for as far as the epic version, or all the way from the common version. All right, so what it says, it's hitting an enemy from above refills a charge, and it can occur once every second. So there is a delay in your recharge rate, but it's not bad at all. And I'm looking at some of the perks now. It's possible that you're gonna have something different. So we'll say for my gear, I have like 200% damage. That's really great. You can one-shot some of the enemies. And then I have like a support, and also when I got the gear speeds, plus 10 speed. So I don't really focus on those, but the main thing is the gear plus 200% damage is very good. And like I say, you doesn't have to be the legendary version, but if you get your hands on the legendary version, I would say it's gonna make a lot of difference for your setup. Now let's go over the blast seal, which is not new. And for the blast seal, I am using Ponder Infinity, and then that's an upgraded version of the lightning strike. So like I said, you don't have to have the masterwork version, or but if you have the higher version, it's better than having the epic or any lower version. But you can start from the get-go. I believe lightning strikes or Ponder Infinity is one of the best blast damage for the storm. So if you can find a good one with the good perks, and I think you're gonna be fine. Now I'm looking at the perks, or inscription they call them in Anthem. I got 14% speed for my right bumper, and I also get shotgun damage, which is not very important, so I'm not really using a shotgun. And then also for the gear, I got 125% plus damage, and weapons and percent damage, it's not really important. So what you need to keep in mind when it comes to weapons, the perks for this one, it's called Raptor's Amplitude. So every time you see that procs on the screen, so basically it is while you hovering, electric damage is increased by 60%. That means as a storm, you always need to be in the air to deal the most amount of damage, and so that's why you need to do that. And so take advantage of that. And then like I said, I think lightning strikes, one of those lightning are the best gear in the game, because you can take shields and you can do a lot amount of damage. And like I said, go back to the timer, and it's also electrical orbs, you know what I mean? So everything's kind of match up you know, for that build, and you know that's what makes it so great. And now, like I said, I'm gonna go quickly over the components. So let's go quickly over them. They not, like I said, I don't think they are the most important aspect of the build. The two main aspect of the build is what I just showed you. Is the detonator and and the primer. So, and you will see in some of the gameplay and how it works and how it is potent. You know what I mean? So I'm using the mark of the rune. It says increase fire damage by 5% and fire effects. So that has really nothing to do with with the build, but it's just what I have, so I use it. So like I said, you can put anything in slot that would give you the most damage. If you find something with electricity or something like that, just use it. Anything that has to do with lightning, use it. But you know, I'm using this at electricity plus 10% effect, and also it gives me a thrust of life. You know what I mean? So, and you got to think about these things. And then I'm also using the amulet of roaring terrors. It's a masterwork version. It just increased ice damage. Again, I am not using this because you know it makes the build better, but it gives me a boost in the power level, and it also looking at the support and also the shield 7% delay. So those are the perks that I'm looking for. A lot of the components when you use them, so the perks is probably what you use them for. But if you have something that's better, you can use it. So that's the reason why I say those are not necessary, or they're not the most important aspect of the build. And I'm using the elemental empowerment, and that gives you a recharge rate of 50%. That's the epic version. And then I'm at this one here with the tome of precision. This works with the build because it increases electric damage by 5% and electric effect by 5%. You know, but the main perk, the sniper rifle weak point kills, I'm not really using a sniper rifle. You know what I mean? And the effect 6. You know, those are the perks. You know, they're not that important. And then I'm also using the gunslinger's mark. You know, which is a counter action for the elemental empowerment because it gives me a recharge rate by 50% and lowers damage by 5%. So that means if you look at them, right, so this is pretty much the same thing. It's just that in the epic version, and also this one is the masterwork version, so it works out pretty good. And I'm also using this because you know the ultimate 23% speed. Every time you can get your ultimate as fast as you can is a very good thing. And then the token of daring, and it says increase elemental damage. And since you know it says increase elemental damage, and since you know the storm is mostly about elemental damage, and so you know it's a good fit, good synergy for this build. And also the support luck is 33%. You know, and as far as anything else, you know what I mean, I'm using the quickening field. This is not very important. You can use the shield one, and you know this one is just you can have your shield back pretty fast. You know, whenever you pull that, if you're low on shield, and then you get it pretty fast. You know, that's one of the reasons that I'm using it. But it doesn't really protect you. And then as far as weapon, like I said, weapon is not, you're not really gonna use your weapon. But if you're gonna use a weapon, I would say use the avenging herald, and then also use the elemental rage, because you know like the name suggests, elemental rage, right? And that's like the defender, which has so much controversy right now. And the perks is veteran's fury. Hitting elite enemies increases all elemental damage by 5% for 10 seconds, and it stacks all the way to 20. And the perks, you know, 5% speed for my right bumper, and then it has an auto cannon thing in there. That's for classes, so that's not really, you know, good for anything for me. But it's at the support, and then the assault rifle, yeah, you know what I mean. So it's all right, you know. So as long as I get something out of it, you're not gonna have a perfect piece of gear that's gonna give you everything you want, but you can get something that to complement your build. All right, that's for the weapon. Like I said, you can use whatever you know you feel necessary, or whatever fits your needs. So that's about it for everything that I have to say about the build. I hope you give this a try. So I'm gonna leave some gameplay for you to see exactly what's going on with the build, and see what I'm talking about when I say it's very potent. It's just like, kill stuff. You just throw it out there in front of the enemy, and then it sicks them, and then just take the shields down, and then just and then put primer in them, and then allow you to combo. You know what I mean? So it is very, very good, I think, in my opinion. And then I do some of those Grandmaster Grandmaster 1 stronghold with no problem. So anyway, guys, I hope you found this video informative. Please, if you found it informative, please don't forget to leave a like, comment, and subscribe. So I'll leave you to watch some of the gameplay so you can see the potential of this build. Thank you guys for watching. I will see you guys later.